Hello, David here at merchantaccounts.ca. Today I'm tackling the topic of cross-border fees. I'm going to make this really short today. How do you get out of paying them? Well, it's not easy. There's basically one solution. Stay tuned. We'll dig in 1 second. So the way that you don't pay cross-border fees is that you make sure your transactions don't cross the border. Thanks for watching. No, okay. No, I'm not going to end the video there. So when a transaction gets processed, what happens is Visa looks at two things. Where's the merchant domiciled? That's where your business is registered. And where was the card issued? Specifically, your customer has a credit card. A bank gave that customer a credit card. Where's that bank located? If I'm a Canadian merchant and my customer's in Rhode Island and they have a Wells Fargo MasterCard or whatever it is, Visa's like, hey, Dave's in Canada, customers in the US, this crossed the border. That's what causes a cross-border fee to occur. The only way, and I'm going to be super clear, the only way to prevent that from happening is to make sure the transaction does not cross the border. So if as a Canadian merchant, I have a lot of US customers, I could incorporate my business in the States. So I have a US business address, get a US domestic merchant account, and then when that transaction's processed, it would, hey, Dave's a US merchant, the cardholder's in the US, there's no cross-border fees. And if you have an e-commerce website, you would route your traffic intelligently. If customer's billing address equals Canada, route this to the Canadian merchant account so it doesn't cross the border. Else, if this customer's address is in the US, route this to the US merchant account. And you can, the cross-border fees are issues beyond Canada and the US. It's UK, Europe, rest of world. But I'm just trying to tackle it with an example that's close to home for me because we are a Canadian company. Now, there is an obvious downside to this. Maintaining a foreign corporation and the tax issues. Like, I don't like dealing with a CRA. I don't want to bring the IRS into my life for no reason. So if I had $50,000 a year in US sales, there is no chance I would consider doing it because the cross-border fee, which, by the way, is 1% when a Canadian merchant processes a US card in US dollars, the cross-border fee is 1%. I'm not going to incorporate a foreign corporate entity and maintain all the compliance and the annual filings to say it's not worth it. But there is a point where it's certainly worth it. If I was processing $1 million a month in sales, I'd be like, wow, 1% of $1 million, I could save that by incorporating there. And there's other benefits beyond the scope of this video, but when transactions do not cross a border, you will get fewer declines because card issuers look at cross-border transactions as a little bit higher risk. So some banks, I'm talking about the customer's banks, tend to decline transactions a little bit more if they're on a cross-border basis. And there's another benefit too. If you incorporate locally, you get local interchange rates, which again are less expensive than cross-border interchange. So basically when you set up that foreign entity, when you set up a business in the country in which you have a lot of customers, you're going to eliminate the cross-border fee, you're going to get local interchange rates, you're going to see less declines. So it's lots of benefits. But it's a huge downside to deal with a foreign tax regime. So it has to be enough volume that it's worth it. How much volume? That's a question for you to kind of answer. But if you did want to talk to us at merchantaccounts.ca about your business and kind of your situation, we would be happy to help you with our advice. And I hope this was helpful. Thanks for watching and have a nice day there. Bye now.